Buhari absolves self as CBN finally obeys Supreme Court order. Police neutralize bandits, recover AK-47 rifles in Kaduna State. Plus, Somalia suicide bombing kills 5, injures 11, including governor. Hello, this is News Live on Viewer Television. I am Chinon Sopam. 10 days after Supreme Court ruling directing continued use of the old 500 naira and 1,000 naira notes till December 31st, 2023, the presidency has clarified that President Muhammadu Buhari did not direct the Attorney General of the Federation, Abubakar Malami, and Governor of the Central Bank of Nigeria, Godwin Emefiele, not to obey the Apex Court's ruling on Naira redesign policy. The senior special assistant to the president on media and publicity, Garba Shehu, in a statement, said the president never told Malami and Emefiele to disobey any court orders involving the government and other parties. And as such, the duo have no reason not to comply with the Supreme Court order on Naira redesign on the excuse of waiting for directives from President Buhari, despite the ruling. Banks and other businesses have continued to reject the old 500 naira and 1,000 naira notes, saying the president and CBN governor have not given them the go-ahead. Nigerians are still finding it difficult to access new and old naira notes in spite of the Supreme Court ruling that the old 1,500 and 200 naira banknotes remain legal tender alongside the redesigned banknotes till December 31st. Since the ruling on March 3rd, scarcity of naira persists and many have refused to accept the old notes. Some residents shared their experiences with newsmen.
My experience is totally bad. I no go lie for you, totally bad. Hungry.
Very bad.
Hungry, full everywhere. And if you want to change money, 10,000, they will remove 3,000 inside. Is that like?
Yeah. There's one day when I went to the bank, UBA, around 5 o'clock. Around 8 o'clock, I'll be 8:30. The bank manager come out. He said there's no money. Even there are also other people there too. He said other people said that they want to, what they call it, they want to send.
Now the police command in Kaduna State says its operatives have neutralized a bandit and recovered one AK-47 rifle with 2 rounds of live 2.67 by 39mm ammunition. The Command Public Relations Officer DSP Mohammed Jaligi confirmed the development in a statement in Kaduna. Jaligi said operatives of the command attached to Operation Well Punch acted on received credible intelligence indicating that on the same date at about 6:45, bandits on a nefarious mission had blocked Galadimawa Tamburku Road of Giwa local government area. He said the police operatives led by DPO Ki Dandang swiftly mobilized to the scene, engaged the bandits in a gun duel, and countered their heinous raid, which forced them to scamper in disarray into a nearby bush with possible varying gunshot wounds. The Taraba Independent Peace Committee on Tuesday expressed worry over threats of violence in some local government areas of the state, despite the peace accord signed by 14 governorship candidates ahead of Saturday's governorship and state houses of assembly elections. At a press briefing in Jalingo, Chairman of the Taraba Independent Peace Committee, Professor Tala Ngerka, condemned attacks on the convoy of some political parties in Takum and Wukara local government areas, urging political actors to play the game according to the rules. The chairman said the committee and the Kukar Center Secretariat of the National Peace Committee were not law enforcement agencies, but were committed to a peaceful society and would stop at nothing in sharing intelligence with relevant security agencies regarding threats linked to politicians and political parties. Now the federal government, through the Ministry of Communications and Digital Economy, Isa Pantama, has revealed that a total of 12,988,978 attacks originating within and outside Nigeria were recorded during the presidential elections. According to Pantami, no fewer than 1,555,000 threats to public websites and portals were recorded daily, adding that the figures skyrocketed to 6,997,277 on presidential election day. A statement on Tuesday by the spokesperson for the Minister of Communications and Digital Economy, Uwa Sulaiman, noted that during this period, series of hacking attempts were recorded, including distributed denial of services, email and IPS attacks, SSH login attempts, brute force injection attempts, path traversals, detection evasions, and forceful browsing. The statement noted that the minister had directed all the parastatals to enhance their 24/7 monitoring of the networks and traffic for potential attacks from 24th of February 2023 to 27th of February 2023, adding that on the 24th of February, Pantami inaugurated the Ministerial Standing Committee on advisory role for the protection of Nigerian cyberspace and ICT infrastructure. And when News Live returns, the World Bank has identified Borno and Yobe State as areas where food insecurity could deteriorate to a crisis condition in the next 3 months as the dry season continues. Details of this and more comes to you after the break.
Good morning, gentlemen. I'm at the Envoy Hotel, Diplomatic Drive 305, here for a business weekend. It's been an amazing stay. Conference hall and business facilities here are stylish and innovative. The Envoy Hotel is luxury, esoteric, opulence, for ultimate comfort.
Discerning travelers, we are more than just a place to stay. We are an icon of comfort, style, and thoughtful luxury. We are Envoy Hotel.
In this 21st century, where all the information we need is now in the palm of our hands. News from around the world, entertainment, celebrity gossip, sports, and much more. The only thing that you need is the right source. Viewer TV is now on the go. Simply check us out on our social media pages on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and Twitter for all the information you need.
you're just joining us, this is News Live. Now a recap of our top stories. President Buhari absolves self as CBN finally obeys Supreme Court order. Police neutralize bandits, recover AK-47 rifle in Kaduna State. Plus, Somalia suicide bombing kills 5, injures 11, including governor. And now the World Bank has identified Borno and Yobe states as areas where food insecurity could deteriorate to a crisis condition in the next 3 months as the dry season continues. The two northeast states, according to the World Bank, could join western and southern Katsina, northern and southern Sokoto, northern and central Zamfara, northwestern, northeastern, southeastern Kaduna, among other areas in the north, reportedly in food crisis conditions. Other places included in the potential food crisis alert are San Matenga province of Burkina Faso, the Bat El Ghazis Kanem, as well as the lake regions in Chad. In specific terms, the institution said the affected regions could move from a stress level of food insecurity to IPC Phase 4, a term that describes an emergency stage of food insecurity from this month till May, when food shortage peaks. And now the Federal Road Safety Corps, FRSC, says it is strengthening its partnership with the News Agency of Nigeria, NAN, to eliminate road traffic crashes in the Federal Capital Territory. The FCT Sector Commander, Danlami Abdul, said this when he led his management team on a courtesy visit to NAN in Abuja. Abdul said that the aim of the visit was to harness the existing cooperation between the two organizations for effective road traffic management in the FCT. He said that the command had been strengthened to deliver effective services to motorists in line with core mandate of the
missions is as usual. New commander is appointed. The first call is the media. You've been on ground for long. It's not a new thing to you. So all why I'm here is to harness the existing cooperation you are giving us before, so that I can pilot my own based on my predecessor. Then secondly, also to make it clear with the new incoming commercial on his platform that is existing.
Responding, the Managing Director NAN, Uki Ponle, pledged to strengthen existing relationship between the organizations to enhance safety on Nigerian roads. Ponle, represented by the Director of Finance and Accounts, Dele Ojo, appreciated the FRSC for working
taking the right step
of advocacy and public education.
We've taken the right step by visiting the agency to collaborate so that we can give adequate advocacy and coverage to the activities within your tenure. The agency is over 40 years in this activity, and if you talk to NAN, you are basically talk to why the agency is virtually everywhere in Nigeria. 4 foreign offices. They will have news exchanges with Reuters, Sinhua, BBC, etc. So it means that whatever you see at a time is virtually everywhere. So we are not just limited to FCT. So people that are even beyond FCT will get to know how much of what you are doing in your duty post.
And now the national leadership of the All Progressives Congress, APC, has urged its National Assembly members-elect to play down on issues of zoning and leadership of the 10th Assembly. Femi Gbajabiamila, Speaker, House of Representatives, and Ali Ndume, APC Borno South, spoke with State House correspondents after the meeting of the APC leadership with lawmakers-elect at the State House banquet in Abuja. The meeting was chaired by the Vice President-elect Kashim Shettima. Gbajabiamila said the meeting was to bring the National Assembly members-elect together
on the issue of
to celebrate the party's victory.
On the issue of zoning that you mentioned, yes, we did talk about, we're not there yet. We will have another election coming up this weekend, and we needed to make sure that everybody goes back home, roll up your sleeves, get your hands dirty. That it's not yet. We're not there yet, and we need to complete the victory and our joy, so to speak, on Saturday, and then we can now start talking about leadership of the National Assembly, and that's basically what it was about.
And on his part, Ndume said that the meeting was to evaluate the party's performance and go back home and complete the victory. He said that Nigerians had spoken and elected APC, adding that there would be usual ups and downs in every election.
The party, as expected, also appealed to the members of the National Assembly elect to play down the leadership issues and concentrate more in ensuring that we take the election battle to the end, and that is to ensure that we win our state, and that is exactly what we are doing. So the party has already strengthened us and agreed that these interactions like this should be frequent, so that we'll be going in the same direction instead of having issues and bad experiences like the 2015 and 2019 to some extent.
And now the Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, says it will deploy 22,282 ad hoc personnel for the March 18th governorship and state assembly election in Bauchi State. The resident electoral commissioner, Mohammed Noura, stated this in an interview with newsmen on Tuesday in Bauchi. He said the commission had trained the personnel and addressed challenges to facilitate the smooth conduct of the exercise. Breaking down the figures, Noura said the personnel comprised of 264 returning officers and 542 supervisory polling officers, SPOs. Others are 5,423 polling officers and 16,269 assistant polling officers drawn by the National Youth Service Corps, NYSC. He said the commission also deployed 784 POs and APOs for additional bimodal voter accreditation system, BVAS, adding the measure was imperative to effectively man polling units created out of the congested ones. And now the Middle Belt Youth Forum has condemned what they tagged inciting comments by Sheikh Yahaya Jingir on the outcome of the presidential and National Assembly elections and the forthcoming governorship election on a video trending on social media platforms. In a press briefing in Jos, the Plateau State, the group, while announcing their support to the PDP governorship candidate in Plateau State, also faulted the recent visit by APC's Vice President Kashim Shettima. Nasiru Saidu tells us more.
On social media, a video about a statement made by Sheikh Yahaya Jingir regarding the recent presidential and National Assembly elections has gained a lot of attraction. The Middle Belt Youth Forum was not pleased with Sheikh Jingir's remark, thus a press conference was required to address Nigerians and Plateau residents.
The national body of the Middle Belt Youth Forum is aghast and utterly disgusted by the vituperative and highly toxic tirade of Sheikh Yahaya Jingir on the recently concluded presidential elections and the forthcoming general election in Plateau State. It is not only appalling but tragic that Sheikh Jingir has superimposed himself as the spiritual cum political head of the Muslim in northern Nigeria. The message of Sheikh Jingir to his followers in Jos on Izala TV, which has gone viral on social media, not only insult the collective sensibility and identity of Christians, but denigrates them as an inferior class in the political equation of Nigeria. The ploy of Mr. Yahaya Jingir to project a narrative that only the Kanke people, and by extension the Ngas, voted for the Muslim tickets and therefore should be trusted by the Middle Belt in the state, is another dangerous tactic to sow the seed of discord and dissent among our people, to pave way for the eventual takeover of our land by our force. We must resist the temptation to yield clannish and ethnocentric feud which are daily sought by our adversaries to pitch us against each other and open a gulf for the enemy to infiltrate.
The group expressed worry regarding the vice presidential candidate for the APC recent visit to Plateau State.
Gentlemen, the Middle Belt Youth Forum note with contempt the recent visit of Al-Haji Kashim Shettima, the vice presidential candidate-elect of the APC, to no other place but Plateau State shortly after the presidential election. We are aware of the series of meetings he held with the Independent National Electoral Commission and the All Progressive Congress in Jos, with a view to rig the gubernatorial election in favor of the APC, which will be sternly resisted by the Plateau people. To further accentuate his disdain for Plateau's people, upon arrival in Jos, he went straight to visit Sheikh Yahaya Jingir without paying any respect whatsoever to the Gombom Jos, who is the chairman of the Plateau State Traditional Council. This insult and denigration of our traditional institutions reveal the desperation of the APC to isolate the indigenous people of Plateau from the political schematic of Nigeria and enthrone strangers as leaders over our people, which will never see the light of the day and cannot be denied whatsoever support and solidarity in their quest to govern Plateau State. Nevertheless, we therefore state without mincing words that Plateau has an identity that is rooted in Christianity, which nobody can deny. It is in this regard that we unequivocally throw our weight and overwhelming support behind the emblem of that identity, who is Honorable Barrister Caleb Mofwang, candidate of the People's Democratic Party, PDP.
The group asserts that they are independent of all political parties and they would only support politicians who will speak for their constituents.
Most of these people that lost, for instance, even the APC candidate, for instance, Godia Kwashiki, who represents Nasra North in the National Assembly, lost the primary election in the APC, went to the SDP and still won. What that tells you is that people are now, after candidates. They're after the merit, you understand, and after the, the characteristics of the candidate rather than just party. And that gives, justification to what we are doing here today, which means we're not just going after people just for the sake of the party, but beyond what the party represents, we look at the merit of those candidates.
We are not after a party. We are not political in nature. We look at candidates that will bring change that we so desire.
The elections for governor and state legislature are a few days away, and the Middle Belt Youth Forum has sworn allegiance to PDP and Caleb Mutfan as its nominee. Nasru Seidu, Viewer TV News, Jos.
And you're still watching news live on Viewer Television. Welcome back. The Federal Airport Authority of Nigeria has announced that runway 18R and 36L of the Murtala Mohammed International Airport, Lagos, will be shut for 8 weeks down for maintenance. The runway 18R and 36L is specifically dedicated for international flights. Following the development, the federal government has diverted all international flights to runway 18L and 36R, located at the domestic wing of the Lagos airport. The runway 18L is dedicated for local flights. FAN, in a statement, confirmed that taxiway B18L will be used instead for all flight operations until maintenance was completed. However, stakeholders have expressed divergent views over the development. And now oil marketers on Monday insisted that they were no more interested in the old Naira notes and would not collect them from the public, despite claims that the Central Bank of Nigeria had cleared the bills for the transaction. It was also gathered that deposit money banks had yet to communicate any directive to oil marketers as regards the collection of the old Naira notes. Marketers of premium motor spirit, popularly called petrol, and other petroleum products told newsmen that since the federal government had redesigned the Naira notes, it should make its surplus and stop putting Nigerians into confusion. And now the board of Dangote Sugar Refinery PLC has appointed Yabawa Lawan Wabi as an independent non-executive director. According to a corporate notice signed by the company's secretary, Temi Tokbe Hassan, the appointment was approved by the board at its meeting held on February 28, 2023. Wabi has experience in the public sector, having served as permanent secretary in various ministries and as Director of Finance and Accounts at the Ministry of Works and Housing, Borno State, and as Accountant General of Borno State. Wabi is a graduate of the Ahmadu Bello University Zaria and a fellow of the Association of National Accountants of Nigeria. And now Nigerians applying for passports will be charged 100,000 in Nigeria for the verification of their national identification number. The National Identification Management Commission disclosed this in a statement signed by its head, Corporate Communications, Kayode Adegoke. According to the Commission, the fee is to improve the quality of service, accuracy, and speed of passport services through timely verification of the NIN. According to the Commission, Nigerians will pay $1,000 for NIN verification in Nigeria, $5 in other African countries, and $15 in other countries. And now on the international scene. Australia will buy as many as 5 U.S. nuclear-powered submarines, then build a new model with U.S. and British technology under an ambitious plan to bulk up Western muscle across the Asia-Pacific in the face of a rising China. The announcement came Monday at an event at a San Diego naval base with U.S. President Joe Biden, Australian Prime Minister Anthony Albanese, and British Prime Minister Rishi Sunak. Under the AUKUS Pact, Australia is to get the first nuclear-powered subs, at least 3, from the US. The Allies will also work to create a new fleet using cutting-edge tech, including UK-made Rolls-Royce reactors. Beijing has strongly criticized the significant naval deal. Its foreign ministry on Tuesday accused the 3 nations
AUKUS has one overriding objective
and danger.
AUKUS has one overriding objective: to enhance the stability of the Pacific amid rapidly shifting global dynamics. This first project is only beginning.
And now, as the rain continues to pour, rescue efforts have been hampered in Blantyre, Malawi. Authorities have said that at least 99 people have so far died in Malawi due to the flooding caused by Cyclone Freely. The government in Lilongwe suspended schools in southern Malawi until further notice. In Blantyre, authorities suspended flights at the Chileka International Airport for much of Sunday and Monday. Kalaya said the death toll will likely rise as they expect reports from 9 other affected districts. And now Lebanon's currency has hit a record low to the dollar, with 100,000 pounds, the value of the country's largest banknote, now worth only $1. The new rate, which became a reality on Tuesday, had been expected in recent weeks as the value of the local currency continued to plummet almost unabated. Before the country's economic crisis, 100,000 pounds was worth $67. However, it will now take 10 million pounds or 100 of the country's largest banknotes to buy $100, throwing into question the need for smaller denominations such as the 1,000 and 5,000 notes. Coins have largely become obsolete due to the currency crisis, with 500 and 250 pound coins turned into jewelry and other souvenirs. And now at least 5 people have been killed and 11 wounded, including a governor in a suicide bombing in southwestern Somalia on Tuesday. The attack was not immediately claimed, but eyes are on the Shabab and Al-Qaeda affiliated group that regularly carries out suicide bombings in the poor and volatile Horn of Africa country. The officials included Gedo Governor Ahmed Boulay Gerad and several military commanders. He added, the Shabab rebels have been fighting the internationally backed federal government since 2007, driven out of the country's main cities in 2011 to 2012. They remain firmly entrenched in large rural areas. Now, the popular indigenous rapper Olamide Bado has explained why he decided to sign artists like Fireboy DML, Asake, and others to his record label. The YBNL boss informed reasons he decided to sign new artists at some point, when he realized he had amassed so much wealth to the point he didn't know what to do with it. He said it was his way of giving back to society by choosing to help aspiring artists realize their dreams of becoming superstars. And the Nigerian singer Temilade Openiyi, popularly known as Tems, has spoken to why she chose to wear a flamboyant dress to the 2023 Oscars. The Grammy Award winner had received a flurry of backlashes over the dress, after the dress was view obstructing to some participants who attended the event on Sunday. The prestigious award event was held at the Dolby Center, Los Angeles, and was attended by Hollywood's finest, draped in different stunning outfits. Tem's dress was a dinosaur of eyes when the Nigerian singer arrived at the event. The gown features a large headpiece, which makes it difficult for anyone behind Tems to see what is in front, owing to how view obstructing the headpiece is. And that's all on News Live, but before we go, a recap of the headlines. President Buhari absolves self as CBN finally obeys Supreme Court order. The police neutralize bandits, recover AK-47 rifle in Kaduna State. Plus, Somalia suicide bombing kills 5, injures 11, including governor. Many thanks for watching. I am Chinon Sopam. Please stay tuned and enjoy the rest of our programs.